Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of BlumenFalck Film Talk. My name is Daniel Blumensev, and with me, as always, is...
Barnaby Falck.
So, Barnaby, what did you think of the Oscars? Wait, what? Whoa! I have a face too! Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Dude, you're not that ugly, man.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
You're not too bad yourself.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, man. How are you?
Yes, because we've never seen each other before.
Anyways, in all seriousness, you guys have been really telling us that you would like to see our faces because the podcasts are on YouTube. So we're just trying that out now. And also, you can download the MP3 version of this podcast on our website, which we will link in the description when it will be out. And also, we would really like to hear from you guys on just feedback of how these podcasts are going, and if you guys like what we're talking about, if it's interesting, just don't be intimidated to just write feedback of what you think of the podcast, our reviews, everything. We need it. Thank you very much. Anyways, so Barnaby, what did you think about the Oscars?
I had some surprises.
Like what?
I guess Ida winning an Oscar. That was quite nice.
Oh, yeah.
That was quite nice.
Well, that was nice. Yeah,
Big Hero 6 winning Best Animated Feature.
That's true. It was great. However, I still haven't seen Big Hero 6, but I would say from the ones I've seen, I would say that How to Train a Dragon 2.
No, you know what? Should have won Best Animated Picture.
What? Oh, yeah, of course, the Lego movie. Yeah, I'm extremely happy about Birdman. 4 Oscars. I was sure that Boyhood was going to win, so our first episode, the predictions episode, was kind of wrong about... Well, only wrong about Boyhood. Yeah. Everything else was quite right.
I mean, I guess we're not going to win the prize.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Oscars prize.
No prize for us, I guess. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Eddie Raymond winning Best Actor.
Yeah, that's actually what you predicted. I didn't think that was going to happen. That was kind of a surprise for me. I was sure it was either Michael Keaton or Benedict Cumberbatch.
But yeah, Eddie Raymond. I mean, kind of that role. It's kind of an Oscar role. Mm-hmm. I mean, playing that kind of character where you like show the degradation of his physical body and stuff, and like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I, it's not really a surprise, but Birdman was a surprise for me because Boyhood. It kind of seems like the kind of movie that would win, but then at the time of that episode, I hadn't seen Birdman.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I didn't really know anything about it.
And then you finally watch it, and still think it's mediocre.
I do not think it's mediocre. I think it's a good film. It's just not the most amazing film I've ever seen in my life.
Well, it's one of the most amazing films I've made.
Well, yes. Obviously, Rope is better because it's older.
No. Well, that's such a stupid argument because Birdman was clearly much better.
I know.
Sorry, Hitchcock.
Hitchcock
At this one, you lose.
Hitchcock is rolling in his grave.
Yeah, he's like... well, he's actually not celebrating. Yeah.
All right.
And 2 Mexican directors winning Best Director consecutively. First Alejandro Gonzalez for Gravity. First Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity last year. And now Alejandro Gonzalez in Inarritu, which is awesome.
Yes. So this week is now a review episode again, and we have 2 films to talk about this week. The first film we have to talk about is American Sniper, directed by Clint Eastwood, which is an adaptation of the book by Chris Kyle, the main character of the film. Chris Kyle was a Navy SEAL sniper, renowned for his pinpoint accuracy and how he saved many countless lives in the battlefield, which then turned him into a legend. He had over 160 confirmed kills, which made him America's most deadly sniper, I think, in all of America's history.
In all of American military history.
Yes. It shows his tours in Iraq and his family life at home. My main thoughts of this film were that, first off, right off the bat, I do not think this is American propaganda. I really do not think this is American propaganda. If it is American propaganda, it is really bad. Because...
really crappy American propaganda.
Yeah, if it's supposed to make me want to go fight, then no. Because this film, if it does one thing well, it does show how Chris Kyle is affected by the war and how it affects his family life at home.
Okay, well, see, what I think about this movie, I think that the reason why many people are hating on this movie and saying it's absolutely disgusting, it's showing it's basically glorifying a hero who isn't a hero because he killed so many people and that he's actually a horrible person. I don't agree with that because this movie, the problem is that it's both stances aren't so well taken. Like, the thing here is that Mr. Eastwood isn't really saying that he is with Chris Kyle or he isn't with Chris Kyle. It's kind of like in the middle. See, if you pay attention, it does kind of show that Chris Kyle is like resenting his actions. And also that, see, we do sort of see that at home. For example, he sees America in a slightly different way now. There's like the scene where it's with Sienna Miller and him, right? And Bradley Cooper, where he's just driving. And she tells him that you are not okay. You don't seem fine. Whereas he's like, nope, I'm okay. You do, if you think about it, if you pay attention, you do see that Clint Eastwood is sort of showing that Bradley Cooper is not okay. But it's not really well shown. And there's this one kind of really subtle comparison between Mustafa, the Iraqi sniper, and the American sniper, Bradley Cooper. Whereas we cut to the child, the baby of Mustafa and his wife. So that Iraqi sniper being in his home, which shows that he himself also has a family. So what's different about Chris Kyle to this Iraqi sniper? They both kill people. So why should one be glorified over the other? You know what I mean?
I think the film did a really bad job with presenting the other sniper as a human being. I think it did
except for that one part, which was really small, I think.
Even that part was just way too small. I think, look, okay. Basically, in this film, what it felt like to me is that all the Americans felt like developed characters and had different feelings, they had doubts and everything. I don't know if this was intentional, or if this was in the book, but all the Iraqis had two personalities. They were either cowardly and like self-serving, or not really self-serving, but serving only their families and stuff. Or they were horrible and barbaric, like the butcher,
terrorists.
who was like, and I even think the sniper wasn't even presented well that way, because like, it's a few subtle shots, but
he was just like a ninja, jumping around.
It kind of makes it look like, I know it doesn't, I'm sure he didn't enjoy what he was doing, but it kind of makes it look like he is enjoying it more than Chris Kyle. And I don't know if that's true,
because the whole point, you kind of see that Chris Kyle, like, what is the reason that he keeps going back is because he kind of enjoys, winning and killing people. That's the point. But once again, all of these themes aren't really developed and aren't really shown. That's why it's just, the film itself doesn't take a stand of what its position is. Basically, that's what I think.
Well, what do you think the film's position was in the end? What do you think its main point was?
Okay. Because of that last scene where it shows that that Chris Kyle is being honored at the funeral, that sort of does glorify him and shows that this is kind of American propaganda, and it does lift Chris Kyle to the position of a hero, I think. Which because of that scene, if that wasn't there, the film still wouldn't have been honoring him so much, whereas this does add more to the honor of Chris Kyle, which why lots of people think that this is disgusting, because he shouldn't be honored.
See, I don't think this film really had a point as such. It just felt like it was, like, I know they were trying to go for this, like, neutral standpoint, but really, in the end, it felt like they were shifting around. I don't know if you agree with me. I think it was shifting, like, sometimes it was saying, oh no, this is not a good thing, and then as you said at the end, oh, this is a bad thing. It kept shifting. Like, it wanted to be neutral, but then at some points, it was like, oh no, we're leaning to this side. Oh no, we're leaning to this side.
Exactly.
Oh, the Iraqis are human beings.
And then, in the end, it doesn't, well, no, not in the end, like, at the actual end, but in, like, overall, it doesn't really lean anywhere, you know? It just keeps like floating.
But as I was saying, it kind of like has, like, oh yeah, the Iraqis are people. Oh no, they're not. They're evil and barbaric, and they're killing each other. And then like, what are you trying to go for here, Clint Eastwood? I don't know. What did you think of the cinematography? How familiar are you with Clint Eastwood?
Normal Clint Eastwood. I've only seen 3 other Clint Eastwood films. Gran Torino, Mystic River, and The Changeling, and now this. Cinematography is just like it portrays realism really. It's not really special or anything.
What did you think of the overall tone of this film? Because I thought this film was quite dull.
Do you know what? For me, I disagree with you because the entire movie was really suspenseful, I thought, because it does kind of try to show that Chris Kyle is suffering and stuff like that, so you are held at this suspense and everything like that, whereas all of the action scenes really, really suspenseful. So I thought, as just a pure action movie with no brains, this is really great. I was really entertained.
You thought the action scenes were suspenseful?
Yeah, I thought the
Did you think all of them were suspenseful?
Okay, well, there were like 3 action scenes.
I thought only one was suspenseful. I thought the one, where he's on his phone. Okay, this is not a spoiler.
With his wife, yeah.
He's on the phone with his wife, and then action scenes break out.
That scene is very suspenseful.
That I thought was the only suspenseful scene in the entire film. But then I thought the rest of the film was quite dull, except for one part. There's a scene at the end, not spoiling anything, where Chris Kyle is carrying a gun around. And I thought because I didn't know the story of Chris Kyle, I thought something bad was going to happen with the gun.
Of course, yeah.
It turns out the gun doesn't really have anything to do with the point.
Right, of course, yeah.
But that was unintentional. And I thought those were the only 2 parts of the film that were suspenseful, and only one of them was supposed to be suspenseful.
I disagree with you, because I actually thought that when he is deciding to shoot that kid and his mom, because the mom gave her son a grenade, right?
Yeah.
That's really suspenseful and everything. So I thought lots of the action is suspenseful. When Bradley Cooper's like he's ducking because the Iranian sniper is like shooting at him. That was just real suspenseful. So I thought, the full film overall, that was really suspenseful.
I thought that scene with the kid and his mum was kind of lacking. I don't know if it's Clint Eastwood's directing style, but it felt kind of like I didn't get really the suspense. I thought it was effective in showing like how it affects him, but I didn't find it suspenseful because I knew.
Wait a second. You thought that the film was effective in showing how it affects him?
Yes, I thought it was effective in how it.
We were just talking about how it's really not that effective in how it shows him.
Oh no, I think I said before, I think it does do a good job in showing how it affects him, but it doesn't have a standpoint.
Oh yeah, well yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have any standpoint, and I don't.
Thus, it has to show more of him being affected for it to show a standpoint. I think.
I think it does show how it affects him, like him personally, but like the main point of the film. Like, I don't know if they had a point. Like, I don't know if they were trying to go, oh, this is great, America's wonderful, or, oh, no, America's bad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it has to have that kind of standpoint, but it felt it didn't have a standpoint at all.
See, this is a character study that makes itself more than a character study with all the American propaganda thing.
Yeah, but
then... And it kind of doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, I know, but, okay, basically, to sum up, I think the way it showed how it affects him, I thought that was good. For me, it did not have a standpoint. The film felt very dull to me. I thought there were only 2 scenes that were very suspenseful, and to me, well, only one of them is supposed to be suspenseful. I thought the action scenes were kind of lacking. I didn't like them really. I thought they were too just not unclear, because Clint Eastwood does have a style where he shows everything that's happening, but I just felt like something about them just didn't give me a sense of tension. Maybe it's the fact I know he dies later on in life, but like, but even then, like, it can have suspense. I just thought it wasn't suspenseful. I just thought the film was very dull. So I don't know.
Very dull.
Yeah, I thought it was very, very.
No, I thought. So there are 2 sides to my opinion of the film. I think that the film wasn't dull, that it was really entertaining, and it was really suspenseful as an action/war movie. So that makes the film kind of good, but then all of the brains and the substance is kind of unsure of itself, of where it's going. It does have it. You do see that it has it, but it's just kind of like funness in entertainment is up here, and then all of the meaningful things is kind of like lacking. It's kind of down here, so it kind of bounces it out to a score of, I would say, 60%.
Okay, so you're saying on a technical level it was good, but then on a more, like
in
character
terms of
level,
writing,
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 more on
character
writing
development,
level.
whatever, See, okay, look, acting, great. Direction, great. Cinematography, great. Sound editing, sound mixing, great.
I wouldn't really have noticed it if it didn't get an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, it actually won the Oscar nomination. And I saw it in 7.1 surround sound. It's really cool.
Well, what would I give it? See, I'm disagreeing with you on the technical level. I do like Clint Eastwood's directing style. He is one of my favorite directors, not in like top 10 or something, but like top 20. I don't know.
Top 100.
Yeah, top 100 favorite directors. Let's do it. But I'm really conflicting between two scores right now because I did think it was
10
kind of dull,
and a 100.
but it yes, 10 out of 100. No, but to me it felt kind of dull, and to be honest,
okay, what exactly did you think was dull in the movie?
I just thought like the shots were not long, but they were kind of lifeless. Lifeless, yeah, I think they're kind of lifeless, and even in the action scenes they felt kind of lifeless, which is ironic because people are dying in those scenes. I thought it was very dry, no pun intended.
Because they're in the desert.
Yeah. But I just felt it was dry, and like the directing style didn't really have any character to it, and like didn't have a general feeling. I think
here it just shows realism, and the direction was good for.
I guess I'm gonna give it same score as you, but only because I really enjoyed how it showed how it affects his character. I think so. I'm gonna give it a 60.
That's exactly what I didn't like about the film. I didn't like the writing and how it affected the character, whereas the action scenes, the cinematography, the direction, the acting, that was all good. It was intense.
So we are on
the substance. Yeah, we're on different
standpoints. But we gave it the same score, but for different reasons.
Because mine had actually balanced the score out, so.
Yeah, and I think it was just strong on that level.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, on to our next film, which is... Actually, this is a Sienna Miller double feature, everybody. Because our next film is Foxcatcher, also starring directed by Bennett Miller. What?
Who did she play in the film?
She played the wife of Mark Ruffalo. Of David Schultz. She was only like half of a scene, literally.
Oh my god, I must have forgotten about that.
So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Foxcatcher is about the greatest Olympic wrestling champion brother team, which joins Team Foxcatcher, led by multimillionaire sponsor John E. DuPont, as they train for the 1988 Games in Seoul, a union that leads to unlikely circumstances. So, Foxcatcher, I thought, was a good film. Great story. The cinematography was interesting. Great direction. Great acting. Great depth to all the characters. Very tragic. Very sad. However, the only thing, it's kind of slow. However, I think that this film has to be slow because of the depressing subject. But maybe... I'm not sure about you, but maybe you would have thought it's kind of boring because it's really slow.
I felt this film was incredibly boring.
Wow, really?
And I know people might say, "Oh, you just didn't get the point of the film."
Well, it's just an in-depth character study of these three characters, and it's really well done.
I think okay. Let me get this straight. I thought the acting in this film was really good. It was really good.
Like really, really good?
No, not like how Eddie Raymond and Felicity Jones love for their acting, but I thought it was good, and it showed like how their emotions well, and like I do really appreciate it when actors, you can see they took an effort to understand their characters and like the sad feelings of their character. I just felt the film was boring.
It really takes time to show all the chemistry between the characters, I think. But once you actually get there, it's really good. Towards the end, I'm like, damn.
I don't know. For me, it never really got there for me.
No? Really?
Maybe it's just I prefer slightly faster-paced movies. Like, a lot of my favorite films are quite fast-paced.
But you haven't seen Paul Thomas Anderson's work.
No, but I will. Well, I've seen Punch Drunk Love, okay?
Okay, that's good.
That is a good film.
Okay, it's amazing.
I can't believe Adam Sandler has had a good film.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's had a few good films, I think. Funny People is actually quite good.
I haven't seen that.
You should watch it.
I mean, I'm not going to subject myself to every Adam Sandler film. But I must find a good Adam Sandler film.
Yeah.
No, but I thought this film
How did we get to Adam Sandler?
I have no idea.
From Foxcatcher, anyways.
But I just felt the film was boring, to be honest. And maybe, I don't know if that's
You're
just
harsh.
me. It's just me that finds I prefer slightly faster-paced films. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but for me, it never... Well, according to you, it really took off near the end, but for me, it never took off.
Mm-hmm. It didn't...
That's the thing.
Well, yeah. I think that, for example, you have to really be in a relaxed and calm mood for you to watch Foxcatcher. And you have to really prepare yourself and just enjoy all of this acting and just slow, burning tension that comes.
Maybe it's a good film to see... Perhaps by yourself, not in a crowded theatre. Maybe. I think, well, not that the theatre was very crowded, but
Same.
I thought it, but there were like other people around, and I always get this at the cinema. I'm distracted by like their noises, like people loudly eating popcorn.
Yeah,
but maybe I should watch it again, but in a like isolated environment. Like I find a big TV, I get a nice big TV, watch it, roll the lights off, I get relaxed, maybe have a drink or two, and then watch the film, and then maybe I'll appreciate it more.
It's possible. I think just overall, it's a really good, strong piece of work. I think even if it has some not really flaws, but things that could have been better. I wouldn't say the film really has flaws. Just they could have like shown more and just been better.
Well, there was nothing particularly
in
wrong
terms of
with
exuberance.
the film.
No, it was really great.
There was nothing particularly wrong with the film. I just thought it was dull and kind of boring. What did you think of the cinematography? Because I thought it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. There was a few shots after Steve Carell's mother died with him and all of the horses going out into the fields and stuff. And that was really nice. Like really foggy, really cool like that. Really nice. Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it was very special. Like the cinematography, it was nothing really special, but
it had some nice shots.
Yeah, exactly.
It had some nice shots. I mean, two shots that one shot I did really like was at the beginning where it's like setting up how his life is kind of like dull and like really depressing. I mean,
yeah.
I did think, okay, actually.
Which shot are you talking about?
No, I'm getting to it.
Oh, okay.
I'll explain when I get there. I did think the beginning did do a really good job showing like how his life is really depressing. Like how he's talking about being an Olympic.
The entire film, why you found the film dull is because the entire film is about depressing. Like the entire film is depressing.
Yeah. That is
like Inherent Vice, which we aren't reviewing today. The entire film is stoned. That's why you don't understand anything. You know?
Yeah.
That it's the style.
This is a depressing film. It's up there with one of the depressing films I've seen in my life.
Really?
Almost.
Wait, really? Wow. Okay.
Well, like
I wouldn't say that at all.
Okay, let me get not because of the subject matter, but just how it's shot.
Yeah.
It was dreary and like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was quite depressing. I wouldn't agree with you that it's one of the most depressing films.
What
are your like top 3 most depressing films you've ever seen?
Top 3 most depressing films of all time. Well, Pianist for one.
Really?
Of
all
God,
time.
Pianist.
Yeah, it's great.
Jeez, I love that film, but it's depressing. Ooh, depressing films. Ooh, this is a hard one. Why don't you tell me your 3 while I think of some more?
Woody Allen's Interiors. Very, very depressing. Very dull as well. Old Boy, the original.
Oh, yes, no, obviously the Spike Lee one.
Oh, yeah. He's a genius.
God, I hate that film.
I love the original Old Boy. It's my favorite film of all time. I don't want to watch the new Spike Lee. I don't want my experience of the original to be ruined by that Spike Lee crap.
Okay, this is what I think, okay? If you're going to remake something, okay? Remake something... Okay, there are 2 stances where you can remake something, I think. One... If it's really old, like Dracula 1931 old, and if you want to like kind of update it to today's standards, but that also doesn't always turn out well. Or if you're gonna remake something that had potential but was bad. Don't remake something good.
That's a good point. I think, for example, if you do a remake, you have to always honor the original as well.
Yeah.
In some sort of way.
But why bother remaking
something that's like a masterpiece? Like the Blade Runner sequel. Why do you need a Blade Runner sequel? It's like making a Clockwork Orange sequel. It doesn't make sense.
No, okay. What I do not get is all these horror movie remakes, okay?
No, come on. Leave it alone for the horror movies. Who cares, man? All of them are really fun. Like, who cares? They're real bad, but they're fun.
No.
Okay, well, maybe...
This is where I disagree with you.
Really?
Because Rob Zombie's Halloween
Yeah.
misses the point so entirely that you are in a different universe to the original.
But horror remakes are supposed to be just for, like, popcorn entertainment, I think. Like, the remakes. Or all of the sequels, I think. So, that's the whole point. Like, the
there
original?
I disagree with you.
Really? Why?
There I really disagree with you. Because, like, okay, the original Nightmare on Elm Street is a suspenseful film.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it does spend time with the characters, and you're like, oh, I don't want them to die.
That's
okay,
great.
the acting is not very good.
It's because of the original.
Yes,
So.
the original. But even in the sequels, like, they spend time.
Yeah,
and,
some are good.
Okay,
no, I know. But all I'm saying is that most of the time, if you want to make a sequel to a horror film, that means that the original is very successful, so you want to make more money, thus you can actually make the sequel bigger and more fun and more just crazy.
Yeah, but why bother remaking it? Just make another sequel. I mean, why bother remaking Halloween? Yeah. You already have, like, 10 sequels.
7, yeah, like 7
well, you
or
have
8 Halloween films in total.
7, yes, you do,
7.
and then the 2 remakes.
Yeah.
Not the 2 remakes, the remake and its sequel.
In total, I think there are 8 Halloween films.
There are 8. Yeah. I can list them all if you want, but I don't think you'll want me to.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. How did we start talking about Adam Sandler and now the Halloween sequel? Anyways, Barnaby, what would you rate Foxcatcher?
Foxcatcher? Okay. Let's get down to it.
Let's get down to business.
Get down to business. I'm gonna give it, and I feel bad for giving it because I did like the performances. I thought it was nicely shot, but I'm gonna give it 50.
Wow. Okay.
Because I thought it was... I don't know, I was just bored throughout most of the film. And, like, I guess for me, it just never took off. Maybe it's because I noticed, like... Not even noticed too many things, like, I got distracted, I don't know. But for me, it just felt kind of lifeless and... Not lifeless, but I just, like... I guess it made me sad, which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing. The film affected you.
Yeah, it's affecting me, but
exactly.
Like, in the end, this is not a film. Yeah. But in the end, this is not a film I'm going to remember. In the end, so I'm going to give it a 50.
I am going to give Foxcatcher a 70% because I thought it was, I thought it's a really good movie. Like, the mood perfectly captured the tone of those two states that they were in, and of all the characters' feelings and how they're all depressed and that they are looking for something to grab onto to like have a friend. And I thought that was really well shown, and it was very depressing, which was good for the movie. I mean, I was not super bored. I was kind of, at some parts it was kind of dull, not at all parts, but I'd give it a 70. I thought it's a really strong piece of direction. Just really, really great work. Which actually, Foxcatcher actually won the Cannes Best Director Award.
Ah, yes.
For Bennett Miller.
Yes.
Cool.
That is quite a good achievement, I would think. But I don't know, just I didn't like it too much. I guess if I'm gonna say watch a film this month, watch Inherent Vice. But if it's out
this month, Inherent Vice has been out since last December.
In America, I mean, I haven't been able to catch it till recently.
Me too.
So, I mean, you Americans, you with your lucky release dates. Well, actually,
however, in Zurich, some films get released even earlier than in America, which is really cool.
And also that's not strictly true because I remember when like a lot of the Marvel films when they came out, they were earlier. Like, we got the Avengers in, like, May or something. And then they didn't get it till a couple months later. I don't know why, but usually it's America that gets it first. But, I mean, you're lucky. You live in, like, an artistic place. Zurich. Wonderful artistic place. Where do I live? Waterloo.
Well, yeah.
Who cares about Belgium?
There's always Brussels nearby.
Yeah, but that was voted the most boring city in the world, so...
Really?
Yeah, I'll send you.
On what list of what year?
Probably some... ignorant person.
No, but
I'll
what
find
year?
It.
Okay,
I'll find it. It was probably just some ignorant person.
Yeah, that's
but anyway.
so stupid. I wouldn't say Belgium was boring.
So, yes. What would you recommend most?
If you want to think about the film you're watching and actually have good writing and good depth to all your characters and stuff, watch Foxcatcher. Whereas Foxcatcher, as you said, as I kind of agree with you, I do agree with you, that it is kind of dull, it's kind of slow. Whereas on the opposite, American Sniper is completely undull for me, personally. Not dull, it's really, really suspenseful and entertaining, and it's got a lot of tension. That's really awesome. But the story, mediocre. It doesn't really take a stand anywhere. So I would recommend, if you want to think about all of the substance in the film, watch Foxcatcher. But if you want to just be entertained and be disgusted by all of the false honor on Chris Kyle and American propaganda, watch super entertaining American Sniper.
Okay. I think American Sniper, go watch it in cinema, maybe. If you want to have if you want to have a good time, I guess. I mean, it's kind of weird me saying that going to see American Sniper would be a good time, but like I wasn't bored. And it was quite interesting.
You just said you were bored, kind of.
Well, I wasn't bored compared to Foxcatcher.
Okay.
But like it was rather entertaining. I mean, showing how he goes through stuff was quite entertaining. But like, I don't know, the action scenes were kind of lacking for me. But I would go see that in cinema. It is. I think it is worth the money. Not if it's like overpriced cinemas, but like a decent price, I'd go see it. Foxcatcher, I think I would wait till it comes out on DVD, watch it on a nice big screen, like maybe just by yourself or with a loved one or a friend.
Okay. And that's true.
Force your mother to watch it with you.
Yeah, why not? I would say that American Sniper, watch in the cinema as well. It's really suspenseful. Watch it with 7.1 surround sound. That was really great. with all of the helicopters flying from behind you all the way to the screen in front of you. That was really awesome. And Foxcatcher, you can watch in the cinema if you're really into good writing. Sure, see it in the cinema, but well, I mean, some of the shots are actually really nice, so why not? You can see it in the cinema or wait for DVD. So either cinema or DVD for Foxcatcher, I would say. So thank you very much for listening. You can find me either on my Instagram, Dan Blumensev, it'll be in the description, or on my new website. Yes, I finally have a website. You can go ahead and check out my work there, some of my films, and hopefully you like it. So that's going to be in the description as well. Barnaby, where can people find you?
You can find me on my website, barnabyfalck.wordpress.com. And I will put a link in the description.
So, please like this video, subscribe, tell your friends about us, and please leave us some feedback about how these episodes are going for you, if you enjoyed them. Please tell us if you want us to review something specific, like a film, or for our topic episodes, if you have a suggestion for a topic we could talk about. And how about, what is your favorite Clint Eastwood movie? Leave it in the comments below, or your top 3, 5. Yeah. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.